In June of 2009, a man stepped out of the grey of a bus into the damp air of Ireland. He had no documents, not a single scrap of proof of who he was. No photo IDs, no smart devices, no visible past. He had only anonymity. He paid in cash, no questions asked. No stamps and a passport, no visa, no airline ticket. Just a name given to him, Peter Bergmann. A name that seemed real, but was not his. A name that belonged to no one who could be found. A name assigned for convenience, for a room key to slide into a pocket. He checked into a small hotel in Sligo, 2 nights, then 3. Each day, he offered money in euros, hand to hand, paper thick and crisp, 65 per night. That was all he needed. A roof, a bed, 4 walls around him, divided by a thin veneer of civility. A placeholder in a ledger of empty rooms, an echo in a hotel corridor. He didn't call home. He didn't call anyone. He stepped out into the corridor and wandered into the street. He carried a purple bag. That bag was full, heavy, and each time he went out, it grew lighter. He came back carrying less and less. Trinkets left at cafes, small things, maybe memories, lost or discarded. Tickets handed back, folded in half, dropped into bins, gambling with erasure. On the hotel CCTV, he appears again and again. The same slow walk, the same still shoulders, thick hair, silver gray caught in the light of a street lamp. The bag swinging at his side, day after day. Dusk into night, a man shedding himself. He bought stamps, 8 to be precise, and airmail stickers, but no envelopes. No letters followed. The stamps sat in a hotel drawer, a rainbow of adhesive secrets unused. Maybe he planned letters, then changed his mind. Maybe the letters existed but never left. The paperwork was postcards with scribbled lines. Destination unknown. Days passed. Nothing changed. The purple bag got lighter. He got quieter. No one heard him speak. He ordered ham and cheese toast at a cafe. He sat at a corner table alone. He ate slowly, thoughtfully, as if savoring not the food, but the finality of the day. He drank a cappuccino, foam heart on the surface, dissolving as he watched. 2 days before the body was found, he walked to the beach at Ross's Point. He took a taxi there. His watchers counted each departure. He stood at the edge where sand meets surf, where sea meets sky. He looked out at nothing. Overcast, pale. Maybe he thought about water swallowing him intact. Maybe he thought he could dissolve himself in salt and gray air. Maybe he looked for stillness. Stillness. He returned once, left the bag absent-mindedly on the hotel room floor. Maybe it stayed there overnight. Nothing more than a wrinkled thing waiting for a hand. The next morning, he did everything identical, but one detail disappeared. The purple bag, or what remained of it. He kept 3 small bags, but the big purple bag, the one with footprints on the street, no longer followed him. On Monday afternoon, he checked out. Key turned in the lock, bag tucked under his arm. No one looked too closely. No passport held him back. He stepped into the slump of a paying customer night. He crossed the street slowly. The quayside shopping center glazed windows stared at him blankly. He sat in the center entryway. No device, no book, just scraps of paper, torn receipts, a torn page with numbers, a phone number he looked at, rubbed until it almost vanished. Then he tore that in half, folded it into his palm, let the pieces fall to the floor. He stepped off the paper. It fluttered after him toward a grate. Then he walked to the bus station cafe, ordered the toast again. Cappuccino, slow sipping. He might have been waiting for something that wouldn't come. He boarded the 2:20 bus to Ross's Point. Strangers filed in and out around him. He sat alone, slate jacket, pale face turned away from the window. The camera angle resets, pulls away. He is the last to leave at 11:30 at night. He paces the shoreline, concrete meeting the moonless water. The air is flat, no breeze. Echoes of a single footstep. The next morning, at 6:45, a father and son walk the beach. They see a shape in the sand. A man, face down. They stand, a little stunned, but then move closer. They know instinctively what has happened. They leave him lying there for help to come. He wears purple swimming trunks, his t-shirt tucked in. The trunks have a second pair of underpants worn over them, as if to conceal or protect. Beside him, on a rock, another set of clothes, folded, tags ripped off. No wallet, no phone, no hotel receipt, no name except the one on the hotel register that was only a fiction. The ambulance arrives. Life is inspected. No water in lungs. Heart ceased. Bones worn by cancer. 1 kidney enlarged. No traces of medication in his system. No morphine. No painkiller. He died quietly. Maybe deliberately. He died where he chose, devoid of identity. An investigation began. Gardai combed through trash, hotel bins, jungle dumpsters. They watched tape after tape, bus surveillance, taxi camera, hotel halls. They found the stamps, still unused, but no letters. They found fingerprints on the door, no passport, no match, no family, no ex-wives, no next of kin. They circulated his photo across Europe, Austria, Germany, Italy. Germany especially, the address he gave, Einstedtersen 15 4472 Vienna. They searched the street, no building, no records, no Bergmann at that number, in that place. He was a ghost with an invented birthplace. Interpol had no file, no warrant, no identity. He had crossed European borders, but left no trail, no affiliation, no debt, no lover, no debts. He was not asking for help. He was not asking for attention. He was asking to vanish. They placed him in a coffin, no name on the lid. 4 police officers lowered it into the ground. The cemetery dirt was soft and gray. No flowers, no next of kin, just 4 uniforms, tilt of heads, stillness. He is buried in a quarried graveyard, not a tomb, not a marker, just an anonymous plot with grave number 1606. No stone, no plaque, no name where you would expect one to be, somebody's grave. Rumors began immediately. Was he a Cold War spy fleeing enmity? Did he once work for East German intelligence? Did he kill himself to avoid capture? Or maybe he was a terminal cancer patient fleeing an old world to find peace in anonymity. Maybe he wanted nothing more than to end with no trace. His body was exhumed in 2023. DNA was taken. They hoped someone would recognize him. They tried to decode the mystery in his bones. They sent the sample across digital databases, but still, no match. The stamps go unused. The letters never sent. The purple bag is gone. The hotel corridor is silent. The cafe chair is empty. The beach has reclaimed his footprints. Few remember his face. Nobody recalls his name. The light at the bus station pulses. The benches sit cold. The street lamps still glow orange at dusk. They mark time, not landmarks. We keep records. We mark births. We create passports. We assign names to belly buttons and school desks. We save receipts of lives lived. We store DNA in databases. We write blogs about every happening, every day. We catalog ourselves to the point of plague. We cannot accept a life lived without narrative. And yet here stands a man who refused the story, a stranger who chose silence, who used a false name, a false address, a false identity, who evaporated from every system designed to capture life. He paid, he slept, he wandered, he walked away. No speech, no memory, no family. He died where he chose to die, on the edge between sea and sky, between care and oblivion. He died with no marker, no witness, no reason except that this was the end he wanted. He died uncertainly but intentionally. He died completely. He came, he vanished. He reminds us that some lives are meant to be blank, that some people just want to be the shadow they cast for a moment and then nothing else. He carried anonymity as a gift. He traded identity for stillness, for a short chronological sentence with no punctuation, birth, travel, death. The minister says in nomine patris, but there is no name to record, no legacy, no obituary. We will never know if he had loved anyone. We will never know what he wrote in those unused letters. We will never know what he looked like when he was young, what career he might have had, what voice he carried. We will never hear his story, only sense its absence. Maybe that is relief. Maybe that is final compassion. Maybe this is the last line in a life, quietly delivered, erased before it could grow tired. Maybe this is how some people choose to end, with privacy intact, with everything undone, with nothing traced back, with the question left open. Somewhere, someone remembers he was named Peter Bergmann, but not the man who held that name, who cradled it only to drop it. The name remains, stranded like driftwood on a beach. It tells nothing. In June of 2009, a man came to Ireland. He stood at a bus depot at dusk. He walked to sea. He returned. He disappeared. Then he died. And in his death, he refused the archive. He refused the story. He refused to exist. Sometimes the quietest life is the loudest absence. Sometimes the deepest mystery is the one nobody uncovers. Sometimes the story worth remembering is the one never told.